Hey yo 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 yo. Hey yo 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 yo. Hey 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 yo Lindsay.
What up?
Um, Start off on my Buster. This ain't got nothing to do with anything that we own, but I don't know why
What's
that
it?
30 seconds was rolling. I swear that intro to Kick It Tonight popped in my head for some strange reason. What was that on the Super Duper Fly? I think that was a Super
um,
Duper Fly album.
what? I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because Buster came on there unexpectedly. Ooh, that's nice.
Yes. Just like that car came unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly, but that car was nice. That was a '74 Cutlass. Um, Shoot, I don't even know what blue that was. But that was a really nice blue.
Okay.
It was a really
Okay.
nice.
Okay.
Excuse
All
me,
right.
but
All right.
back to the what I was talking about. Like, yeah, I don't know. I felt like I needed to do that. But
Yeah.
anyway, let's get the pleasantries out the way, man. You can catch us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and now you can catch us on Twitch. Shout out to the dude on Twitch last week that said that I looked like T Grizzly. That was
That was funny.
really comedic gold. That was mwah. I
Right.
love you
Right.
for that.
Like, how'd you get him on the podcast?
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Sorry, my
That
guy.
was
I
funny.
don't know if I look like him in the background, but if you can actually see me, me and T Grizzly looks nothing alike. But I don't know. Some people might be like, I can see it.
Glenn says Lee Grizzly. That's
That's what I'm talking
a
about,
good
Glenn.
one.
See, you um, always remain the species of what we start the show with, and I love it so much. Um, but I still haven't introduced myself like I always do. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, you know who it is.
Oh my god.
This is the joint toting, black smoking, bad mo that you see in front of you, also known as Karen and Crimson's dad. Shout out to August because it's about to be a real thing. Um,
Yeah.
I am Lily. I am with the host or the co-host with the most, the lady that pushes the bells and whistles, the total package, the creme de la creme, the um the tax writing, fuck biting, dope bone listening to MC that does everything for this show. We are with the co-host and the creator. Let's give a round of applause for Lindsay.
Hello, hello, hello. How's it going today?
It's going, man. I will honestly tell you, today I was
Hmm.
having a good day. I went to the city market, um, and when I was leaving the city market, I'm trying to maneuver through traffic, wasn't paying attention, and hit my window, my side view mirror, busted it all up.
Oh,
I'm real mad because I got to pay for that, and I got to pay for that fast because I don't want to walk around here looking like that. Like I don't want to drive around here with that black eye like that, man. I got to find somewhere to fix it real fast.
which mirror is it?
It's the passenger side mirror.
Okay. Because I found this out the hard way. The one that is illegal not to have is the driver's side.
Mm.
So you cannot have the passenger side, you cannot have the one in the middle. But if you don't have the driver's side, then that's illegal. You will get pulled over for that. So FYI.
Well, I'm gonna try to get it fixed. I've been everywhere, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna just order one off eBay. And
Hmm.
I was trying to look for the,
Have
you
you
know what
been
I'm
a
saying?
late model?
Huh?
Have you been
You
a
said
late
what?
model?
Yes, late
Have
model.
you
It's
been
a.
to late model?
I looked up late model, but
Uh-huh.
they don't have what I'm looking for.
I know. That's you know.
Yeah, I've been on the internet for about. I was on the interwebs for about 4 hours, and then I just came to the conclusion of I'm gonna just go on eBay, buy me a rear view mirror, and I mean not a rear view mirror, but a side view mirror, and then
Mhm.
I'm gonna take the cap off the other side, and match it up with whatever color it is, just to be stop fucking
Um,
around.
have you tried Rock Auto?
I have not tried Rock Auto.
Try Rock Auto. They have everything for cheap. It's a online superstore.
Okay.
So yeah. Glenn says riding around looking like you fresh out of a domestic dispute. Damn.
For real though, for real. It looked like it looked like Jasmine was like, "Fuck you, pussy, bow."
Right. Right. You don't bring me no food home? Okay. I got you.
Yeah, it looked terrible. And
Used
I
to
was
call me
so
Crazy
upset that
Joe, now they
lady
call
said,
me Batman.
right. And the whole time we was out, Jasmine was like, "Please don't make yourself upset about this," because everybody knows, like, once I get into the mood where I'm mad, then I just start spewing that shit out to people. And she just was like, "Please don't do that," because we had went out to eat, and she was like, "Yeah, this nigga caused a whole scene."
Yeah.
So
Right, right.
she
It's
was
just like
trying her
acting like
best,
a
man.
mug.
Shout out to Jasmine. Shout out to Jasmine because
Right,
she was
right.
really giving me that real comfort. Like it'll get fixed, baby. We'll fix it. It'll get fixed. I'm like,
Hmm.
yeah, I know. I was just so mad that I'm more mad about myself that I wasn't paying attention enough.
Yeah, yeah, but it happens. It happens. Unfortunately, it happens. And then you got that big boy. So this is the first time
Yeah,
you damaged it.
yeah. This is the first time.
Oh yeah, and you've had it for over a year, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So shoot, you doing pretty good to be honest. I've been to hit everything like move, bitch, get out the weed.
Right. I will say,
So,
well, shout out to myself because I will say this is actually the first time I actually got to fuck up something on my ride because every time my ride gets fucked up, any ride I ever had, I always got fucked up by other people. I never got to fuck up my own shit. That's why I strictly
mm,
just fuck with cash cars because I'm like every time I put money into a car, somebody end up fucking it up, and I didn't get to. Know what I'm saying? I didn't get to fuck it up.
yeah, yeah. Is it from like somebody hitting you or from you just letting people um drive it and they just dog it?
It's been situations where I let somebody drive it, motherfucker got hit, and the majority of the time it's been motherfuckers just hit me. Like I haven't been in so many hits. Like my insurance be like, damn, like none of my accidents are at my fault. Like I don't have no accidents is at my fault.
Yeah, yeah,
Then it got to the point where
yeah.
when I call my insurance, the first thing they say is, "Are you okay?"
Right.
Because they
Like,
be
yeah,
looking at it and they
actually,
see
when
I'm,
you're in
I'm
the car.
always in, yeah, I'm always in like accidents that don't have nothing to do with me. non-fault accident. So that now they just be like, "Are you okay? Is everything all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, this motherfucker just ran into the side of me."
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. That's how my accident was last year. Um, somebody just hit me from the back, and not in a good way.
Hmm.
but but yeah, yep. And they just kept on driving like Scooty Doo. So yeah,
I
but
had a I had a
unfortunately,
freak accident happen. Man, I had a freak accident happen to me. Niggas was shooting on the corner, like niggas was shooting at each other on the corner, and my fucking car caught a ricochet.
damn.
That's how fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's how fucked up it is. Like when I went and got my tire fixed, and I was explaining what happened, dude even said, "It is no way somebody could do that twice." That's how
Right,
that's how crazy that shit was. He said that shit had to
right.
bounce up from your manifold and hit your tire. Like, dude, it could have been way worse. That motherfucker bounced up under there and then hit your tire. And it was still lodged in there. Like when he took the tire off, you could still hear the bullet in there.
Damn, damn. Well, it's a good thing that it hit your tire because it could have been way worse. You
Yeah, and
know.
that's what he was saying. He was like, just be lucky you're just paying for a tire, my guy, because like nobody could do this twice.
Right, right, right. Shit, it could have been you. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Man,
So,
long story short, this is the first time I actually fucked up my car and I got to get it fixed.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And in those times, like you can't blame nobody but yourself. You're just
Nah,
like, well,
that's why I want to get it fixed so bad. I'm at the
mm-hmm,
point where I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and you know what I'm saying, take care of this now. Where other times I was like, well, I just wait on the insurance to do it. This time I'm like, no,
mm-hmm.
let me get this done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But at least you got the means to do it. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and knock it out. So that's good.
Right.
You know, and then you don't have to wait on nobody. Shoot, because that's how it was with me when my mirror was broken. It wasn't my fault, and I had to wait on the person to get it fixed.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, and so yep, and that was a thing. So yeah,
Yeah, that was
but yeah,
that was just a story about our life, shop.
yeah, yeah, that was our first love. So yeah, if you're
We
playing
real
a drinking
people.
game, take a drink.
Bad.
So yeah, um, I'm not gonna rank things anymore because people get in their feelings when you rank things. So we're just gonna start. um,
It was wild. You gotta admit that was a wild way you ranked that last week.
yeah, I thought it wasn't that bad, but hey, Glenn says, "Are we reporting this to Carfax?"
Glenn, do you report how many alleged babies you got in the streets? Nigga, don't come for me. Don't come for me. Don't come for me, man. This If you want to
Oh
have this
wow.
session, you know we can have this session because I'm about to get zooted, and hey, we gonna, yeah. You don't want to do this with me. No, I'm not reporting it. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm gonna get it fixed. That's what I'm doing.
I didn't even know you report things to Carfax.
Well, if you go through the insurance and you go through the dealership, all that shit is gonna be reported.
Yeah, but I didn't know that you can do it yourself.
I don't even know how you could do it yourself. I think Glenn just thought I was gonna be. I don't know how much money you think I got, Glenn, but I'm not going to no dealership getting a goddamn thing fixed. Like, that's a
Yeah,
no go,
especially
my
on that
nigga.
big boy. Golly. Right.
Yeah, that's a no go. I'm finding the idiot savant in the hood that only know how to work on foreign cars. That's the nigga I fuck with. The only nigga that can fix a Volvo is the nigga that I call. Because if you can fix a Volvo, you can fix any fucking thing.
Oh, you was in a Volvo? I thought you was in the
Mm-mm.
Hummer.
No, I'm just saying in general. Like I was in
Oh,
the Hummer, but
okay,
I'm
okay.
saying I only fuck with niggas like that. When niggas be like they don't fuck with foreign cars, I don't fuck with them. But if a motherfucker be like, hey, nigga, I take my mama Volvo up here, nigga, it is difficult to fuck with a Volvo. So if these
Yeah.
people can get your shit running and right, this that's who I need to be with. Because if they can fuck with a Volvo, nigga, they can MacGyver a submarine to the Titanic. Shit, the fuck
A successful excursion.
for real.
That's who they probably should have had working for Ocean Gate is somebody who fuck with Volvos.
You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of somebody that went on YouTube and found a video on how to make a submersible. But anywho, yeah, we're not gonna go there with Ocean Gate, but yeah. So um first up, let's go on ahead and talk about Twitter. So Twitter, this past week, contract expired with Google, and they didn't want to pay it. So what they did was they limited the amount of things that you can see on Twitter. So and a lot of people were pissed off about that. So we ended up having a couple of apps that started off. I don't know if they started this past week, but they got popular this past week because of what happened with Twitter. So one of them was Spill, and with Spill, it it trended like number one on Twitter because everybody was talking about moving over to Spill. Spill is an app that was created by some ex Twitter employees, and somehow it got marketed as like the new Black Twitter, and people were saying only Black people should go over there. Um, and and I think the owners are Black. I think it is Black owned. So yeah, the way that it works is that you have to have a code or you have to get on a waiting list. So somebody has to invite you with their code, or you get on the waiting list that takes days for you to be approved. And then they also, you know how Twitter is like the wild wild west, how you can have like all types of porn and shit on Twitter. Um, it's not like that on Spiel, and it's more tame on Spill, so you won't get bombarded with a bunch of porn shit if that's not your thing, you know. Um, and a lot of people liked it. One person that got on there, or one company that got on there was the Shade Room. A lot of people were pissed about the Shade Room being on there, so the Shade Room started putting out surveys and stuff like I don't want us on here, and people was like hell no. And so then they put out a statement saying that their Spill account is going to be completely different than any other social media account, and it's going to be ran by a totally different person. And people still was like, "That's not making it any better. We still don't want you on here." But you know, they didn't deactivate the account. It's a cute app. Yeah. Because of the whole rumor that it was supposed to be for Black people only, and people was getting mad, like who gave out the code to a white person, all this type of stuff. One of the owners had to come out and put out a video saying that it's open for everyone. They're not discriminating against anybody. Um, so then But I haven't seen any white people on there since I've been on there. Excuse me. But that was uh that was the hype for like a day or two. Then Facebook comes out with an app called Threads, and Threads is supposed to rival Twitter. With the Threads app, um, the only reason why I haven't gone on there is because if you deactivate your account with Threads, the only way you can do that is that you have to deactivate your Instagram account. Because Threads is owned by Meta, but I don't understand why you have to deactivate your Instagram account to deactivate Threads account. So I thought that was kind of weird. So I was like, Threads won't be a place that I'm at if that's the case. So a lot of people were saying that they like Threads as well. But Threads trended as well. But with Spill and Threads coming out, it really had Twitter shaking in their boots. So they went on ahead and I guess they went on ahead and paid Google, so now they don't have the what's that called, the limit of
Yeah.
what you can see. So Twitter's back to normal, but ever since Elon has taken over, he's really been fucking Twitter up. So people have been looking for various outlets to replace Twitter. But Twitter is such a powerhouse and been a powerhouse for so long, it's going to be kind of hard to completely replace Twitter. But what are your thoughts about it?
My thoughts is, nigga, Twitter ain't MySpace, y'all. You gotta act like you gotta act like Elon Musk is exactly what he is. He's a nigga on the spectrum with a lot of time on his hands to create and do what the fuck he wants to do. That shit ain't going nowhere. He bought that for a reason. That shit is God body when it comes to social media. And so if we ain't figured that out yet, then we're doing ourselves a great disservice. Um, I don't believe anything is gonna would even stop it. Even if they didn't even pay that money, niggas still would have been on Twitter
Yeah.
because there's certain kinks that
Right.
just is gonna.
Right. Right. And it's just funny how people were like going back to Twitter talking about how such and such is good. Well, and then somebody pointed out, like, well, if it's so good, why are you coming back to Twitter talking about how good it is? Why are you just not over there? I'm like, oh, that's a great point. It's a
Yeah, the
really
shit
great.
it don't make no sense for you to jump on somebody else's shit and talk about some other shit while on somebody else's shit. It just dumb. It's just like the niggas that was buying all of the fucking Nikes and then burning them. Nigga, I got $600 from it already.
Right.
I don't
Right.
need no more of your bitch ass money, little bitty dude that don't matter to me.
like
Like,
you just defeated the whole point. Like,
you can get it. Kid Rock
I
spent
got
like
the money.
$1,500 on Bud Light just to shoot it up and say he wasn't never gonna fuck with Bud Light again. They turn
Right.
around and got a super trans dude to do an advertisement. Ain't nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, but Budweiser still ain't recovered from that shit. I will point that out. But I get your point.
They ain't recovered how uh we would expect them and what quote unquote is it the economy expects them to do. But you think the niggas that own Budweiser are broke?
Hell no. Hell no. They got
Yeah,
that
yeah.
generational wealth.
Do you think that fucking play with their pockets? It fucked with the company. It didn't play with their
Mhm.
pockets. They still living how they want to live.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Ain't shit changed. Like light bills and gas bills are still getting paid in the household.
So I'm like, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm be understanding. I take the quote of Damon Dash, man. If when you your own boss, man, you cannot get canceled. You cannot. It is never over when you're your own boss, and that's and it's no other. There's no way you can make that up as a lie. When you're your own boss, it's no kind of canceling means you're fired. That means nobody will hire you anymore. You
Yeah.
always gonna hire yourself.
Right. That's the first person you hire. Yeah.
Like I didn't
So,
understand the hoopla because that's what it was. Old school talking. That was hoopla, y'all. Don't nobody
yeah.
give a fuck about
Yeah.
hoopla.
But it was interesting to see, um, because they really had Elon shaking in his boots, because he's done a lot of changes, but that one was the one that he had to be like, all right, maybe this one ain't
Did it though?
necessarily a good idea.
I don't think it shook Elon at all. I don't think Elon gave a fuck. I think it was the people that's under him that was really like, hey man, we gotta pay these people this money because they were scared, and he was like, all right, man, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's gonna make y'all
But
happy, man, fuck it.
but the thing is that given the short history since he's been over it, he ain't gave a fuck about them people under him. Obviously, because he laid off the majority of the staff. So that's the reason why I'm like that pretty much had him shaking in his boots because because he went on ahead and paid him instead of continuing the whole limited uh thing that he was doing.
I still really
Because
think
he would have
it was
continued
just
that
the
just
people
like how
under
he
him that did
continued.
it.
I don't know, but I think he would have continued that just like how he's continuing the whole paying for Twitter. You know,
I don't know. Cause I be looking at this guy and like, I work with people like him. So this man is clearly autistic. And
mm-hmm.
I just think, you know what I'm saying, is whoever is his real handlers, like, I don't give a fuck how many billions you got. This man is autistic. He got handlers. And I think they the ones that was in his ear because I don't think he really would have gave a fuck. I'm gonna keep it 100 with him. Like if you think about it, when you think about Elon Musk, he ain't gonna do nothing but post. He gonna be cool with them niggas posting titties and electronics and like mind altering drugs. Like if he can sanction that off to that's just all I'm talking about on Twitter, he wouldn't have gave a fuck. It's the people that actually are under him, like, dude, hey, like for real, like fall back on this, like really pay them people that money.
Yeah,
Like we let you slide on everything else, but we ain't gonna let you slide on this one.
yeah. But I don't know because I'm sure that they really had a stern talking to with him because now like he's like in a battle with Zuckerberg. You know, I just think that this one was the one. Just going off of the history because like he ain't gave a fuck no other time. You know, but I just feel like this one was the one. Maybe the powers under him was just like really put this one on the table. Like, hey, this is what can happen. This is what's starting to happen. And
Yeah.
maybe because they were seeing it in real time, then he was like, all right, maybe I didn't went too far with this one.
They had to tell that nigga, they had to look that nigga in the face and be like, Elon, you will never make another spaceship. And he was like, okay, well, what the fuck I need to do?
Right, right, something because yeah, that one was that decision was very short lived. So I think it was like a day, and he was like, "All right, Google, how much I owe y'all? Let me go ahead and send this money over. Let me go ahead and pay y'all little funky $20." You
Right.
know, so but yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes from this point on because he's really trying to fuck that shit up. I don't know if he's trying to fuck it up to the point where he can claim bankruptcy and get his money back or what. I don't know. But yeah. So that's Twitter. We all and then we always keep doing these RIP Twitters And I'd be really thinking like, is this the end? Like, is this legit the end? We didn't kill Twitter about like 3 times. We didn't had a funeral about 3 times for Twitter, at least.
And like the phoenix, this bitch keeps rising again. So like,
Hmm.
no, like I'm
Yeah,
a fan of Twitter. I know Twitter ain't going nowhere for a long fucking time.
yeah.
Just
I
cause.
agree. I don't think Twitter's going nowhere no time soon. Like I said, it's such a big powerhouse that I just really can't see see it going anywhere. Like it's not like how Instagram was killing off these other apps. Like
Yeah.
there's really nothing that's gonna kill off Twitter.
Twitter is
And
the
I saw
only
somebody
space.
talk about it. Yeah, I saw somebody talk about it, and they described it pretty accurately. They was like, it's like a really big group chat, you know. So, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate, especially especially like when you watching stuff and you want to see what people are thinking in real time, you know. So
Man, Twitter is the only place where you can actually follow Forbes magazine, see what's going on with all the electronics going on. You can check your horoscope. You can actually find out if you psychic. You can see some pussy. You can see a nigga getting his dick sucked by a dude. You can also find puppies and kittens and how to take care of a wounded turtle. All this shit you got on Twitter, and then the beauty of Twitter is everything that I just named. You got a million niggas ready to shit on it all, and then on top of that, you
yeah,
got a billion white folks ready to be like, "Shut up, nigger." That shit is not going nowhere.
right. And with everything that you just explained, I cannot reply, bitch, fuck you. With all of that, I cannot say bitch, fuck you on Twitter.
Yeah, but we all know
That's
how
the part that
Hammy
really
been going
grinds
on
my
Twitter for
gears.
years.
Right. but but the thing about Twitter and me is that yes, I have a big vocabulary. Yes, I do like using cuss words as well. But Twitter, because of the bias, will make me use my vocabulary more and make me say in creative ways, bitch, fuck you. So yeah, that is a positive thing about Twitter. There's there's definitely a million different ways I could say bitch, fuck you.
Yeah,
But shit
Twitter ain't
don't just
sanctioned me.
yeah, but
Instagram and Facebook sanction the shit out of me though.
yeah.
I feel the same way about them. It's like certain things I know I can't say on on Facebook or Instagram. Like nigga, they
Mhm.
hit me up for anything. I remember I seen a situation where a nigga was walking around um FaceTiming the world or going live to the world because he wanted a girl to call him, and he was walking around shooting people in the head. I got on
Oh
that
my
motherfucker and I said, "Hey man, anybody see this nigga, just air him out." Because it's the fucking truth. Bro, if I see
yeah,
you walking down the street, I'ma just air your motherfucking ass out because I know what you own. Now
right, right.
I got locked out of fucking Facebook and Instagram for about 3 months because I
Oh
said
wow.
kill this nigga.
Right.
But for real, that's what you supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do. You're a
You're not
threat.
about to you ain't about to walk around watching this nigga actually be a comic book villain.
Yeah, I remember that.
That nigga would
I
have
remember.
walked down my street. I would have blew this nigga's top off. Like, and no question about it. Cause like, who was to say you wouldn't have just walked up my, know what I'm saying, my motherfucking steps and just shoot my motherfucking baby mama in the face?
Right. Right. Like
Probably cleared
he's
you.
a threat. He was a threat. And there wouldn't have been a jury that would have convicted you because he was a threat and he was on live showing how much of a threat he was. You know what I'm saying?
You would have seen me on live, like,
But
hey homie, what type of shit you on? And as soon as he turned around, like, I'm sad, you would have heard pop, 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 pop. Like, yeah, I would have fucking aired that
right,
dude out.
Right, right. And like I said, not a jury would have convicted you because he was a threat, and you had to neutralize the threat. But but speaking of this week in Twitter, so Keke Palmer,
Huh?
so she went to see the greatest show on earth right now. And no, I'm not talking about Ringling Brothers. I am talking about Usher's Las Vegas residency. Um, and speaking from a person who has seen it firsthand, it is the greatest show on earth right now. It really is. Not gonna hold you. It really is the greatest show on earth. So she went to go see him a few days ago, and on a um on a song called "There Goes My Baby" that was pretty popular by Usher. Usher, got it, went into the crowd and sung the song like he normally does, and he sung it to Keke Palmer as part of the show. Nothing, nothing abnormal about it. Keke Palmer had on a dress. The dress was see through, and up under it, she had on a bodysuit. Excuse me. The bodysuit was like a thong bodysuit, and with this bodysuit, it was a really cute dress, and she it was like a moment. It was a moment between them two. She turned around, and that's when everybody pretty much saw her whole outfit, and it was really cute. Nothing disrespectful about their interaction. Um, and he sung. He put the mic in in front of her, and she sung a part of the song too. And we all know that Keke can sing as well, so it was a really cute interaction. Like I said, nothing disrespectful about the interaction. So Keke, we all know, is in a relationship. Excuse me, and she just had a baby a few months ago. Her boyfriend and father to her child, whose name is Darius, saw the video and went to Twitter and was like, "Well, it's the outfit. Your mom." So people was like, "Nigga, what?" And so people don't play about Keke Palmer, and so they lit his ass up. So then, with them doing that, he came back and he said a few words as to why he felt the way that he did. And then he said he rested his case. When he said that, people lit his ass up even more. Excuse me. They lit his ass up to the point where he deactivated his account. And people was catching strays. People was catching strays by this. One of them being his brother. His brother is Sharonis Jackson. Anybody know who that is? If you watch Insecure, he was on season 2. He played Dro.
So,
He played Dro on season 2.
so,
Huh?
so, don't nobody give a fuck,
but he
nigga. Shut your bitch
but what
ass
I'm
up.
the point is that he called him trash too. And then along with that, Keke was trending. Keke BD was trending. And it became a situation for a couple of days. Not only did he deactivate his Twitter, but Keke unfollowed him on Instagram, and so did he unfollowed her on Instagram. And he caught so many bullets. Like, they cooked him for days. He ended up coming back to Twitter. Um, you know, Lord. Okay, let me actually pull up what he did. what he said or whatever. Because that was part of why he was getting cooked, was what he said. And they were not only were they cooking him on Twitter, but they were comparing him to that episode of the Boondocks when Mr. Dubois lost his lost his wife to Usher. Do you remember that episode?
He didn't lose his wife though. This is fucking like this. The whole point of this shit is fucking not even reality. These niggas is wild. Like how the fuck can a light skinned nigga actually be a full fledged cartoon? When I say certain people, when they write things, they are actually getting into like so many multiverses of what our life can be, and we're watching this shit play the fuck out. The Simpsons did it, and now you're saying that the Boondocks is slowly but surely doing the same fucking thing.
Yeah,
This shit is
they
fucking
are.
crazy.
They are, and it was hilarious to watch. Because it was just like, what are you doing, sir? I'm still pulling it up. Had to go to his page because
I listen.
he
I
did
I
he
I, I
erasing
just
it.
want to
Okay.
say one thing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
in this whole situation, um, only thing that I really find a real problem with, and this is the only thing, but
Mm-hmm.
this is also a red flag to women. Um, the only thing I have a problem with is why are you putting your frustrations out to the world instead of talking to your woman? Because I
Yeah.
don't understand that. Like I people, everybody that actually does watch me and listen to me, have y'all ever seen me try to air out some shit that goes on in my household with Jasmine? To
No.
y'all, because I can do that to her. I can tell her that. At the same time that I tell her that, I cannot boast up some shit that I'm not proud of her doing. And that was
Yeah.
the shit she was doing until she wasn't around him. That's when shout out to Dame Dash. I love you because you always say you don't never want to talk about black people in a bad light, and you don't like gossipy ass podcast niggas that do that. And I give you that. And I'm not even trying to be gossipy. I'm just trying to say as a man because I don't know him. But as a man, why in the fuck would you think it was cool to air out your motherfucking not your livelihood, but your fucking helpmate, your baby mama, the person that is helping you through this? Why would you air her out in public when you can just simply have a conversation with
Yeah. Yeah. That's what a lot of people were saying. Like, they a lot of people were agreeing with him because it sparked a huge debate online, and a lot of people were agreeing with him. They just didn't agree with the way he did it. But the first tweet that he put out was, "It's the outfit though. You a mom." And then he said, "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother of his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case." And then somebody replied to him and was like, "Nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with that, brother. You always been an upstanding man, and you're already a great father. I would try to keep it off here though. People aren't rational here." And then he replied, "Last tweet of the day for sure. That's for the real ones to understand." Um, I totally agree with him not putting it out for the world to see, because he did that like he don't got her number. Like, but Weird, but he's a big hypocrite because he'll take videos of her, he'll take pictures of her in tight and revealing clothes. So I feel like the clothes wasn't the issue. And then like she's come out and she said a couple things here and there. And one of the things is like y'all act like he didn't see my outfit before I left. Like this is not about my outfit. Which I said from the beginning, this is not about the outfit. This is about Usher. This is what this is about. He couldn't hide his light skinnedness. He couldn't contain it. But this is totally about Usher. This has nothing to do with her outfit. Because like I said, he'll post stuff. He posted a video of her in a whole cat suit, a leopard cat suit, her clapping her cheeks. And that's I think that would be more something that you would have a issue with before you have an issue with what she had on. Because I mean, like, because if she was at the beach in a bikini, it wouldn't be nothing. It wouldn't be nothing like more revealing than what she had on at the show. So the outfit isn't the issue. I mean, the issue was Usher, and he couldn't contain his light skinness. And I mean, shit, it's fucking Usher. Like anybody's gonna be mesmerized. There's this video that's going around of this guy who's at the Usher concert, and he got mesmerized by Usher. You know what I'm saying? So like the concert is amazing. Like I can't say anything negative about the show. The show is amazing. Anybody that can get out to Vegas to see him, go see him. He's actually the number one show right now in Vegas. So, and this is like the third year he's doing it. So, like, yeah, the issue is Usher and his light skinness. You know,
But
the
see,
issue has nothing to
this
do
is
with
my
his
thing.
outfit.
My thing is, I don't like. Yeah, Usher got a major part in this. He has a major part just because Usher is just who Usher is. Usher transcended so hard into the heartthrob thing where nothing people can say about Usher will ever stop him from being heartthrob as Usher.
Right.
But the
Including what Glenn says, because Glenn said, thank you. It was the fact Harper was fondling his woman. First
Glenn,
off,
Glenn, Glenn. See, because I read that and I didn't think you was gonna say that out loud, Lindsay. But okay, since you did, Glenn, we not gonna do that. The reason why we not gonna do that is because um that shit
oh,
has never stopped Usher's fucking flow.
it
Not
hasn't. It hasn't.
not a
You
bit.
know, it took me a minute. I ain't gonna front. It took me a minute to not think of it when somebody brings up his name. But I did get to a point where I stopped thinking of it when his name is brought up. Didn't think about it one time when I was at the concert. So, yeah.
Dude, I posted like you know me because I do shits and giggles. I posted when the shit came out. I said, listen, I live in a generation where motherfuckers know Usher got herpes and will still fucking raw. And you know who was the first person to comment on that shit?
Who?
My motherfucking girl. Dude, I can't make it up.
What you
Jasmine
say,
was the first
Andrew
person
and
to
Will?
comment it, and she was like, "You damn right." And I said, "Damn, that's crazy."
Right. Motherfuckers gonna be like, so you not having a flare up today, right? Let
Exactly.
me
That's
check.
all.
Right.
They just want to see what the
Right.
dick look like, and
Right.
if the
Just
dick
let me
look
turn on the
clean, they
lights right
fucking.
quick. Right. You stay taking your pills, right? You took them today, right? Like motherfuckers like it's legit, like, all right. So people live with this shit and okay, right?
Yeah.
Like this ain't nothing's gonna really mess up the flow or anything.
Ain't gonna stop. It
So
ain't gonna stop nothing. It definitely
no,
ain't gonna stop nothing if I got the best pussy for Usher to fucking put me up somewhere. Like,
right, for life. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So
So
like,
yeah, you're right.
even it was a bunch of women, but Jasmine was the first one, and I was like, damn, you ain't shit. But at the same time, if Jasmine went to the Usher concert and and Usher called her up there, you think I'm gonna stop that shit?
Right. Cause that's what he do. Here's what he do in the show. He do bring a fan on stage and everything, and
I'm
he
not
does
gonna
go out
worry
in the
about it.
audience. Yeah, like when I was there, Tyga was there, and he went out in the audience, and Tyga was just there to watch the show. I will say that. Like he wasn't there to perform or anything like that. So Usher caught him off guard and was just like, "Hey, can you do something or whatever?" And he did Rack City, but he couldn't hear it, so he was like delayed, and it sounded awful.
Mm,
And so, and so Usher had to be like, I put him on the spot. That was my bad." But yeah, because like he just handed him the mic and they played Rec City and he just went. But you know, if you don't have that earpiece or whatever, you can't really hear. So
right.
yeah, so yeah, it was really bad. But yeah, you see what Glenn put up.
Listen, and I will still look you dead in the face, Glenn, because I know what my girl did, and I know what my girl said, and I know she meant every bit of that.
Yeah, dead ass.
I will still look you dead in the face, Glenn, and say, dude, you were a nigga that fucked hairy pussy in 2023. You cannot. You can't just look at me. Look at my face, Glenn. Look at my face. You a nigga that eats hairy pussy in
Oh God,
2023.
Lord Jesus.
We aren't the same, my nigga. We are not the same.
Oh jeez, I can't. I simply cannot. But yeah, so back to Usher. Yeah. Um. So yeah. That's basically what this was about. Yeah, but you know, we gonna keep Darius in our prayers because he need them. Because he just ain't
Hey man,
he
listen.
ain't functioning
As a
right.
dude, man, forget Darius. Forget Darius. I ain't gonna say fuck him. I ain't gonna disrespect
Yeah.
him like that and be like fuck him. But forget Darius for this shit. Listen, you gave your baby mama an ample opportunity to start finding shit elsewhere. I ain't even gonna bring up how your Twitter is and how, you know what I'm saying, how Black Twitter found out what type of dude you actually are.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't even gonna
He
bring
set
that up
himself
because
up for
I'm
them.
no, that's smut on your name is gonna be smut on your name. So I'm not even gonna bring that up. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is you brought so much opportunity for your woman to look elsewhere, man. You messed up on the long end. You know what I'm saying? With women play the long game. You messed up on the long game.
Yeah.
So, that's on you.
Right. Okay, so Glenn says Harry Coochie love to infinity and beyond, my guy. Lord, y'all gonna have this ongoing battle for years on top of years on top of years.
Okay. I
So
mean, you can believe what you want to believe. Buzz light hair.
yeah. So bringing it back to what we're talking about, Kiki did put out a post on Instagram about the situation. She put up several pictures from the night of her in her outfit, and she said, "Deleting later, but first, let me say this: we live together. So if you think he didn't see my outfit before I left, if you think he didn't compliment me and slap me on my ass before I left, you're delusional. My outfit was never the problem." Which is what I've been saying from the beginning. It was never the problem.
No.
So yeah.
This nigga Darius had. I will say this. This is something that he lucked out of, and he's one of the lucky ones. You knocked up a skinny woman and that baby fucking and that baby white hit her and made her a real fucking standout. So you actually went through a whole transformation with your woman, and you got a problem with it, my dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. She definitely did a glow up. And she's embracing it tenfold. So shout out to her. And for him to try to like dim her light publicly is some bullshit. But like I said before, he's loving the shit. He just didn't like that shit with Usher, and his insecurities came out. And he tried to blame it on the outfit and tried to justify it. And then like people came for him for the way he tried to justify it because it's like, okay, you talking about your wife, but y'all not even engaged. Then you're talking about like the man of the house and tradition and standards and shit like that. But y'all live in a non-traditional relationship, quote unquote, because not only are y'all like having this kid out of wedlock, if we want to go there, but you're not the breadwinner in the household. You're basically a stay-at-home dad, like, which ain't nothing wrong with the dynamic, but you can't pick and choose when you want to talk about tradition and stuff like that because you're not living a traditional life. So yeah, it was a whole lot
I
that
wish
got picked apart, and all this is his fault.
I wish my baby mama was Keke Palmer, man. I'd be in every time she came home. I'd be in that motherfucker vacuuming. Like, hey, baby.
And a lot of people was saying that too. Like, shoot, like I'll be the stay at home dad for you. So yeah,
You done
but
had me fucked up. I don't give because I'm not gonna stop process. Because I know I
mhm,
got dreams and aspirations too, but I need you to get there in order for you to open those doors. So I ain't about to be on no
mhm,
extra shit.
yeah, yeah. The whole thing was just it was just unfortunate, but it is what it is. Like at the end of the day, he brought that shit on himself, and that's just what it is. Um, so yeah, and then like you said, other shit is coming out about him that I'm sure he probably forgot that he even tweeted about because he
Mm-hmm.
had some views. He had some anti-black people views, and pro-Trump views, pro-police views. Um, that all this shit is getting aired out now, and that's the killer part about it. The shit's getting aired out now, not when we found out who her baby daddy was or she uh who she was with or anything like that. Like nobody did a deep dive until he put himself out there. So
For real.
yeah, you know what I mean. So you brought this on yourself. So yeah, so that's that.
I hope it just don't backfire on Keke.
I don't think it's gonna backfire on Keke. I think she's so beloved to the culture that this isn't gonna backfire. But some people have been questioning, like, did you know who your baby daddy was? Did
I
you
think I
know
need
who
a
he
Omar. I
represented?
need a Dr. Omar Johnson conversation about this one.
Why you say that?
Cause I know what I'm saying because he's I'm not saying Keke Palmer's a child by far. She is a grown woman, but I
Hmm.
know that he has that psychology background, and because he is supremely Pan African and pro Black, like I want him to actually try to speak on what he thinks the psyche is. Not saying that I'm a totally agree with it, but like he's at a far more level of me trying to think of it intellectually. So I
Hmm.
don't really want to speak on, know what I'm saying, how she how she could fall for a dude like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it would be interesting to see if she knew his views and stuff like that prior to, you know, or if she knew and just ignored it, or if he's changed his views, you know, like
That can
I don't know.
happen. You
Yeah,
can change your views, but if you change your views, you need to say that shit in public, just like you tried to shame your motherfucking bitch. You dumb. No, because I was about to call him a dumb nigga, and I don't want to do that. I
yeah,
just want to say, you know, the majority of us wouldn't have did that shit.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
lying.
that was less than smart. That was less than smart. But yeah, so that's the Keke Palmer situation. So next up is the Essence Festival controversy. So um as Essence does over the past 25 years, they had the Essence Festival, which is in New Orleans. They have it at the Superdome, and it was last weekend because they do it around 4th of July weekend. And so there's a couple of things that had went on at the Essence Festival where people um had things to say about it. One of the things was Janelle Monáe, um, a native um,
She's
Kansas
from
City,
Kansas.
Kansas. Yeah, Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah, say that right.
And she's native to the metro. So she was singing a song where she says "Get off my areola," and when she said "Get off my areola," she had on a bikini top, and so she lifted up one side of her bikini top to show her boob. She didn't necessarily show her areola because there was a pasty over her areola. A lot of people had their thoughts and opinions, which are spread all over Twitter about that. Um, then another thing that happened was that the last day, the headliner for the last day was Megan Thee Stallion, and she does this part of her show where she brings a lot of people on stage to twerk, and people felt some type of way about that as well. And India Irie, she came out and she had some thoughts and opinions about what's going on with the Essence Festival as a whole and with them promoting this type of behavior at something that wasn't necessarily initially looked at as promoting um, this type of behavior at the Essence Festival. Essence Festival had the reputation of being like something that wasn't necessarily going with what's trendy, quote unquote, but what is like the standard of black uh, musicians and whatnot.
Yeah, man, just keep it 1,000. Just keep it 1,000, Lindsay, and say, um, for a minute, Essence was trying to be the upper echelon of black folks, hence almost trying to act white.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as trying to act white, but yeah, the upper echelon. They catered to a different crowd, a little bit older.
I would say trying to act like white, but that's just maybe just because um when you showed me that interesting conversation and I deep dived into it, I was like, oh damn, like that shit's wild how they was doing things when they started.
Yeah. Um, but I wouldn't put it on like trying to act white. I would just put it on catering to a different crowd. They wasn't, like I said, they wasn't going with the trend. They was going with the standard. You know, they did. It seemed like now it has transcended into more what's trending, and they're trying to go. They're trying to appeal to a younger demographic. And then on top of that, this year, you know, is going with the whole 50th anniversary of hip hop uh, situation. So this year's lineup was catering to that, along with catering to a younger demographic. So the people that have been going to the Essence Festival for the last 15, 20 years uh, probably didn't care for what a Janelle Monáe and what a Megan Thee Stallion will bring. That's not something that they probably listen to on a regular basis. So yeah, they probably were kind of thrown off at their performance. But Essence is a festival that has a big array of things that you could go to. You don't have to go to every single thing. But it's been sparking a lot of controversy because not only that, um, they're for one, they have been promoting the clip where Janelle shows her boob. So a lot of people have had a lot of thoughts and opinions on Twitter about that. One I did come across was that this lady, she requested to be at Essence to have a booth to talk about um, gun safety, gun laws, to try to promote women, because the Essence Fest is like geared towards women. So she has a company where they try to educate and promote Black women to be gun owners. And she was like, they wasn't going to have any guns there, but they were going to have a booth there, and they got denied for that. And she was like, this is something that could help with the safety of Black women, but y'all are promoting Janelle showing her boob. Y'all moving away from what people perceive to be the thought of an Essence Fest. And so I saw that tweet getting a lot of traction. And then, of course, a lot of people was just like, this is completely unnecessary for her just to show that single boob. But that's going back to whole, um, the whole her showing boobs period controversy. But yeah, but as far as like Essence is concerned, I can see why people would have um a thought behind it, especially when you have an idea of what Essence Fest is supposed to be and what it has transcended to. But you can say that with what our conversation was last week about the BET the BET Awards, is more trendy now instead of what the standard has been. So it's just what things have been transcending to, period, not just Essence Fest for me. But what are your thoughts on it?
My whole thing in a nutshell is this: when you pay to go to the Essence Festival, you see what's on the lineup. You see this whole thing was what's on the lineup. So you choose to go to what you want to see. That's the whole thing in a nutshell. Um, I ain't even gonna talk about how it's the quote unquote 50th year of hip hop, but I'm just gonna say, that was kind of the thing. So niggas has been going there, like you said, for 15 to 10 years. Um, they knew it was on the flyer. You go to what you know what I'm saying. You go to what you were accustomed to, and what you like to listen to. What's in your mood, not to people that you don't even listen to. Like motherfuckers is bringing this controversy up like 40 and 50-year-olds don't listen to Megan Thee Stallion. Not all of them, but some of them do, and they was there for that. Like the other OG niggas, like okay, y'all ain't there for that. Go just leave. It's just weird to me, and then especially with just because even speaking of Janelle, like okay, boom, this ain't how Janelle started off. We all had this conversation. Even I said it. Like it's kind of weird. You came from Suits and you doing and you doing this, but don't nobody know what nobody going through, man. This lady can can go whatever way she want to make her metamorphosis, man. That's what she want to do, and she has an audience for that, and they were there for that.
Yeah,
You're not there for that, then just don't be there.
yeah,
That's not downplaying the
yeah.
Essence Festival. That's just saying, hey, I'm getting older, and certain things ain't for me.
Hmm. Right. And with the resurgence of these 90s acts having a lane for traveling and doing these nostalgic tours and whatnot, like if you don't want to go see these people at Essence Fest, there's other places where you can go see them. go see the people that you want to see. So you ain't necessarily got to go to Essence Fest. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's what you've been doing for X amount of years. You know, if you can take a year off if you don't see nobody on the roster that you don't want to see, you know? Or like I said, like there's so many different things that you can go see. You ain't gotta go see Megan Thee Stallion if you don't want to. You ain't gotta go see Janelle if you don't want to. You know what I mean? Glenn says she's been showing them titties like she just bought them. um,
She ain't just bought them, but she bought them.
yeah, yeah, and I mean, and the thing with the thing with Janelle is that like yeah, a lot of people have been bringing up how she like first came out and she was wearing the suits as a uniform and all this type of stuff, and how she has evolved to what we're seeing now. But it was a gradual process. Like she's been going this route, and it just reminds me of Andre 3000. When Andre 3000 first came out, he dressed like a regular person. And then he transcended into what we have now. It was a gradual process that
Yeah.
we watched happen in real time. And I remember seeing an interview where somebody asked him about the way that he started to dress. I think it was around the time Aquemini came out. And I remember him saying, like, if I came out dressing the way that I'm dressing now on Southern Playalistic Cadillac music, y'all wouldn't have looked at me, you know, as somebody serious, or y'all wouldn't have, you know, tried to listen to my music or nothing like that. Like I had to come out one way and gradually move into this because y'all wouldn't have took me as I am if I came out like that, you know. And that makes sense, you know. Um yeah, because like you got to ease people into certain things. And you know, like this was a gradual process now. I think like the whole boob thing is crazy to me that she trends because she's showing her boobs when people been shown like seeing a boob ain't nothing at that big of a deal.
No.
But I don't know why they making it a big deal with Janelle, but sure. And apparently it's working because y'all getting eyes on her, and y'all paying attention to her music. So and her music is good. Like her music ain't never been bad.
For me,
But
it's just a thing of, the quote unquote gatekeepers. It's like, as much as they be trying to say it ain't no more gatekeepers, it ain't no more gatekeepers. We be seeing this shit when these type of things happen. It's like, because that shit comes from somewhere, like, you know, and for me it's just the old niggas. Like, it's so many old niggas forget how they got, know what I'm saying, how they got there was women. They let the women freely do what they wanted to do in they shows and all that shit.
mhm.
And so they know now they acting weird, like, you know what I'm saying, they ain't supposed to do that. Man, women been doing that shit for years. That's, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's the
You
thing. It's
know
like
the irony about it.
it's evolving faster than these old niggas can comprehend.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the crazy part about it is that like when people was coming down on like hip hop and stuff like that, we was like, oh, we'll never be those people. You know what I'm saying? And we're kind of turning in, not us specifically, but as a whole, we're kind of turning into the people that we said that we would not be. You know,
Yeah.
and that's the irony of it. But the complete irony that you just had to laugh at was Luke. Luke came out and said something about Janelle, and he was just like, "Is she going through a midlife crisis? Like, what is going on with her?" And it's just like, sir, sir, like,
This is what I'm saying, man. Say,
you know,
like, when people get old, they forget how they started in this game. Like,
yeah.
some old people, like, because if I was Luke, I mean,
I would have sat there and ate my food if I was Luke. Like,
for what, yeah, I was about to say, for what it's worth, I mean, because everybody loves Uncle Luke. I love Uncle
right,
Luke,
right,
but I just wouldn't have said nothing, Uncle Luke.
right.
I
I would
didn't
have
know
just,
what I'm saying. I would have seen it. I would have had my opinion, and then I would have said, hey, order me a steak for the night, because I got bread and I ain't tripping off that shit.
Yeah. Like I would have just had to watch it and sit there and eat my food. Like what? Sir, sir, you are the reason why we have parental advisory on albums. And you're asking if Janelle is going through a midlife crisis. Like it was just laughable to me. Like I couldn't even get mad. It was just laughable. Like and then I had to go check because with all the changes and shit that Twitter got going on, you don't know if people is you don't know if it's a real account or a parody account. So I had to go check
Yeah.
like to make sure that this was Uncle Luke's account, and it was, and I was like, whoa, sir. Like that's all I can think of was sir, because people was cooking him for that. But I was just like,
And they
wow.
supposed to listen, dude.
Oh,
You've been the king of raunchy shit for the longest. Dude, you had songs that my fucking mama was listening to. Like
whoa.
real shit. You had shit popping in the 80s. My mama was listening to that shit.
Hmm. He should have just, if he was gonna say anything, he should have just reacted with that gif of Dave Chappelle when he was dressed like Rick James doing this. You know what I mean? Just come on, just welcome to the dark side. Like what, sir? Like,
So I'm like, nigga,
sir,
come on.
right?
Not only do you have those shits, dude, I remember being a young bull and listening to this nigga say shit. The chorus was, here, lizard, lizard. Here, lizard, lizard. Here, lizard, lizard. I
Right.
need a bigger box. Like, what in the fuck? Dude,
Yeah.
are you fucking serious?
And that song snap too. I'm not even gonna hold you.
It, it,
Yeah.
it, it was it was a banger. I listened to it
Yeah.
as a young bull, but I'm saying, dude, how can you of all people have a problem with what's going on and and not even trying to be that kind? Because a lot of niggas always be talking about, boy, I seen your podcast and boy, you really be you be fucking with them bitches heavy, and I'm like, dude, no, I don't know. I just call it out for what it is. It's
Hmm.
like, how in the fuck we as men is gonna be that kind? Like, a lot of shit didn't start this movement. Like
Yeah.
a lot of shit started this movement. I can't be mad. I didn't cause this shit, but I know I'm gonna
Right.
have to see this shit. I know I'm gonna be a witness to this shit. And the only
Right.
thing I can do is steer my bitch in the way to thinking that, like, hey, I'm not that type. Like, you ain't gotta do that type shit to me. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's like, for real,
Right.
we gotta watch this shit unfold because we all seen this evolution of what it was. And sorry, Uncle
Hmm.
Luke, you started this shit.
Right. You started this gangster shit, and just the irony of it all. What you saying? Is she going through a midlife crisis? Why she gotta be going through a midlife crisis to show a boob?
Nah, she
And
going through what you
I
went
don't
through.
know. Yeah, like I
She
just was
going
like,
through what you
wow.
went through. She going through the whole situation of shit. I'm still relevant enough to make fucking music.
Yeah, yeah. And my music slaps. Like I mean, her albums are good. Like her new album is good. You know. So I mean, if she need to show a boob for y'all to listen to the shit, well, fuck it. If she gonna show her boob, whatever. I don't care. The music's good. So and she'll be here in September. So yeah. Um, but
And
yeah.
shout
So
out to her to do, cause all the women I seen on Twitter that was knocking her, they can't just throw their boob out there. That shit gonna slap the first table of the crowd. Like, fuck are you talking about? Fuck out of here. You let that goddamn elephant truck out the
yeah.
bag, that shit is gonna fuck some shit up. Fuck is what the fuck are we
I
talking about?
mean,
Like,
Yeah.
Y'all mad
I
because
don't
y'all
know.
couldn't
Maybe
have
because I have them, I just don't. I don't see what the big deal is because I mean I have them, and I'm just like, okay, she showed a boob, but yeah, but y'all making it like it's like the second coming of Christ. Like it's like okay, she showed a boob,
the
so
only
what?
people
Yeah.
you hearing that from, Lindsay, is those people that wouldn't dare. These women wouldn't dare show their boobs.
No, no, they
These women
wouldn't.
that is talking shit, they got like 5 kids and they got stupid big titties and they got stretch marks. So the shit damn near come down to their fucking kneecap. And you know what I'm saying? Like them bitches that got titties like when you have you seen them fat bitches that had them titties that like nipples coming to their motherfucking belly button? Nigga, don't nobody want to see that bullshit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, nigga, even
Damn.
the nigga that's with her right now, cause bitches like that they got niggas, but the nigga that's with her right now, you know he make her lay down first. Like she just ain't about to take that shit off standing up. Like, nigga, we're not. I'm not playing hopscotch with your titties, nigga. Lay down. Let the motherfuckers fall to
Lord
the
Jesus.
side like I'm used to them doing.
Lord Jesus. Hey. So yeah, so that's Essence Fest. Have you ever been?
Hell no.
Not hell no.
Not
Um,
saying it like that, but I knew it always catered to women, so I don't. I never was like I'm gonna go to that. And it's like,
men go. No, men go too, but yeah, it is catered. I mean, Essence is a black woman magazine. So yeah, it's catered to women, but men do go. Um, Essence Fest ain't never been my thing, so I've never went. The the crowds that I saw pre-pandemic were just way too much for me to think that that's something I want to do. So yeah, I don't know what it looks like post, but them crowds, it used to be seas of people, and I'm like, it's not for me. I don't want to be nowhere near it. Plus, it's in the Superdome, and the Superdome is a grave site. I'm sorry,
mm,
it's a grave site. I don't see how people act like that shit wasn't going down in Katrina, in
yeah.
that place. I don't want no parts of it. But yeah, but shout out to people that go and forget about the shit that happened in the Superdome, or able to forget about the shit that happened in the Superdome. I know I just went left completely. But to bring it back up, stuff.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, to bring it back up, we have a couple weeks ago we had a situation with Saucy Santana, to where he was supposed to do a performance for this Pride event, and he did not do it. So it was a big controversy behind that. I'm not going to go into what happened with that, but one of the things that came out was his writer, and his writer a writer is basically what you require um, for the venue to take care of for you, for for you to be comfortable when you come to do your performance. You have a writer for what you need as far as your performance is concerned, and then you have a writer for what you need in like your green room for you to be comfortable, um, so that you can give the best performance that you can. And so when his writer came out, there was a lot of things on the writer that a lot of people had had talk about. Um, and they're called like a tech writer and then a hospitality writer. So not getting into the tech because the tech is pretty standard, but his hospitality writer is, excuse me, is pretty long. But he says one bottle of Casa Azul, two bottles of 1942 Don Julio, 12 cans of Red Bull, a case of Fiji water chilled, um, dressing room and on stage, one case of Coca Cola, orange juice, apple juice, assorted fruit platter, Popeyes, a box of legs, a box of mix with legs, wings, and breast, white and dark meat, biscuits, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes and gravy, and fries, a handheld electric fan, Vaseline cocoa butter gel, Degree deodorant spray women's, 12 black handheld towels, dressing room and on stage, 3 hookah flavors, and blueberry and vanilla, and blueberry and mint and watermelon, club events, and then 50 buffalo wings, mild, in to go boxes, club events, ground transportation, large black large SUV, Cadillac Suburban luxury Sprinter, must have ground transportation the whole time in city, arrival to departure, no Uber Black. So, with this rider coming out, I thought it'd be a good idea to see like once we become famous and we can require certain things to be in our dressing room, what would be some things that you would require?
Well, shout out to Saucy Santana because when first time I read that, I guess I just kind of skimmed through it and really didn't pay attention. But I'm now that I'm looking at that shit was God damn. Listen, if
Very specific. Yeah.
if you want all that from me, I just don't want you on my show. I don't. But
Well,
that's just me. That's just me. Because that's just a little bit much. Like especially with the Popeyes we have around here. Like I can't guarantee you that.
right. Because they may have one and not the other. So
Yeah, I can't
the
guarantee you
box will
that.
come with a note on top. Right. So what had happened was, right. So
So I don't know, but like on mine, like as far as my amenities, what I need, I don't need. I need I probably need a 12 pack of water. I'm gonna need at least a 12 pack of Corona. I'm gonna need rolling papers, and knowing me, because I know I'm doing a show, I ain't gonna do too much. I'm gonna just ask for you know like small things to eat. Like I'm gonna ask for fruit, and then I'm gonna ask for like maybe uh Italian sandwiches, like something I know I can balance out. Like I wouldn't do too much because I got a show to do. So I'm just if
right, right.
I'm gonna do some wild shit, is when I'm about to get up out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty much the same. I wouldn't like anything that I would require, as far as like alcohol. I probably would use it after the fact because I want to have a clear head, you know, going in. But definitely water would be candy, whatever candy I can think of. Definitely we need candy because don't nobody want to be around me if my sugar drops. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, probably like a really good tequila. Um, what's the tequila that everybody does now?
I don't know. I don't drink hard liquor like that,
Casamigos.
so I don't know.
Yeah, I would probably do Casamigos and then a margarita mix. just and a whole bunch of ice, and then probably just like some basic food. Um, but I would definitely say like the food, like somebody can probably have it delivered like midway through the show because I'm not gonna eat it before, you
Yeah.
know. So and then transportation, yeah. But that I wouldn't consider that part of a rider because like if somebody like were to do a show or were to request for us to do a show for them, then I would think that they would cover like that would be part of the contract for them to cover like the hotel stay and the transportation and stuff like that. But like the hospitality right, yeah, it would be something simple. Like I would think something like a handheld electric fan or deodorant. That would be something that I just automatically bring.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I didn't get that.
I wouldn't, yeah, I wouldn't require them like that. But like something simple, like Casamigos, water, margarita mix, some food and some food for afterwards um and yeah, I wouldn't go that deep. Now, I have heard like in the past, like people would be like, "Oh, all I want is all yellow peanut M&Ms." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I used to hear that shit too. I didn't think that shit was
Yeah.
real.
So it is real, and then I found out the reason why people do that because like I said, the hospitality writer is the tech side and the or not the hospitality writer, but the writer period is the tech side and the hospitality side. And the reason why they would do certain things like having all green Skittles and stuff like that is because they want to make sure that you're paying attention to detail because they may ask for something very specific on the tech side in order for the show to be a great show. So you may get their writer and may want to try to cut corners or be like, oh, that ain't that big of a deal. I can switch that for that or something like that. So if you're not paying attention to detail on the hospitality side, and that's an easy way for them to come in and automatically see, oh, well, y'all don't pay attention to detail, so you probably ain't paying attention to detail on the tech side either. So we need to
Mm.
figure this out. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, well that now that I know the reason why that started, that totally makes sense. Because for me, I was thinking people was just being prima donnas. You know what I mean? So
And if you put it in that standpoint, I get it. But still,
mm-hmm.
I it, you just not gonna get that type of Popeyes in my city. So I ain't gonna be able to fulfill that for you.
you know,
It's like
you know,
I might go to three places and all they got is legs. He's like,
right. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like the Popeyes is probably gonna have a note on top of the box and be like, so what had happened was
man,
yeah. Yeah, but yeah, they got a lot of buzz because people was looking at that like, what the hell, sauce? And then they went into a whole bigger discussion about Saucy Santana and whatnot. But yeah, but we're just gonna keep it at the writer. So so yeah, so next up is okay, so there's this show that's on the OWN network. It's been on for several seasons now. It's called Love and Marriage Huntsville. Um, and just real quick, the basis of the show is it initially was three couples. Now it's more couples. One of the couples is divorced, all that kind of stuff. And it's just showing like the trials and tribulations that people are going through. It's a reality show. Trials and tribulations that people are going through within their marriage and now divorce with one couple. So there's a couple on there. I will say this, like those people on the show, like I used to really like the show. Now I just watch it out of habit because none of the people are likable on the show anymore. But there's a couple on the show where they actually got married season one. and they're a blended family. They're older, um, age wise as opposed to the other couples on the show, but they're the youngest. Their marriage is the youngest as opposed to the other people. So the wife, her name is Kimmy. The husband is Maurice. Kimmy got diagnosed with breast cancer. She's also by trade is a nurse, and so she's been going through the process of she had chemo. She completed chemo, and then she had surgery, and then after surgery she had radiation. So there was like a few weeks ago where they had an episode where they talked about, she brought up the fact that her libido is off. Like this is a side effect of the chemo, that she doesn't have a sex drive at all. And basically every time that they have had sex since she's been going through this journey, it's been because of him. He did not know it, but it's been told to us since, season one, that he has a very high sex drive. He requires it like every day. And not to say that they have it every day, but they have it almost every day. And so it you know, kind of got dialed back, but not that much since she's been going through the journey. And it wasn't until this conversation that he thought, because he thought that like when she would like get close to him, that was her trying to initiate sex when it really wasn't. And then he didn't know that she was faking it while they were having sex. But she was doing that because of him, because she was trying to please him, all while she's going through the journey. So he's finding this out in this conversation. So he did an interview with the creator slash executive producer of the show, which is Carlos King. If anybody knows him, he's from Real Housewives of Atlanta and Loving Hip Hop Atlanta fame. And in the conversation, he pretty much said that that was his wifely duty. That was her wifely duty to give him sex, even though she's going through this. And it was just like a lot of choice words that he used in this conversation that just was very cringy and had a lot of people pissed off at him. So much so that Dennis McKinley, which is Portia Williams from Real Housewives of Atlanta, her baby daddy was in the comments like, "I want to fight him," and so they're trying to set up a celebrity boxing match now because it was that bad. He even was like, his words are disgusting. And anybody that has watched the show knows that like these men, they're very misogynistic. And he has a brother on the show that's just overtly misogynistic. So I feel like a lot of people thought that he was the good one out of the two, when in all actuality they're basically the same person. And Kimmy said that back on season one, that they're basically the same person. And I feel like now it's really starting to come out. And I think people were just like blinded by his education because he's a lawyer and he owns like credit repair businesses and stuff like that. And I just feel like people were blinded by all of that, that they did not realize how much of an asshole he really is. And so
So now I'm
the
realizing how you asked me of what is the wifely duties. Okay.
yes, yes. So this that clip of the interview went viral. People were disgusted, like I said, and
Not to
basically I'm
throw you
bringing it
off,
here
but
because like
yeah,
no, because
not to throw you off, but I because I was like, where we going with this? Because I was like,
yeah,
we
yeah,
didn't discuss this. I didn't see this, and then I was like, oh, okay, this is the wifely duties thing. I'm
yes,
sorry,
yes,
I
yes.
be getting high, people, so I had to put I really had to put that shit together, like right here and now.
Yeah. So basically, like you just said, I'm bringing it to the podcast because I want to hear from you as a person who is in a relationship, who is building a family in said relationship. what do you feel like is your mate's wifely duties, and would you feel like they should continue those wifely duties when you're going through crises like cancer?
Well, first and foremost, let me say, um, Jasmine, me and Jasmine have been together for going on 6 years now. Um, she is my girlfriend, but she's my life partner. I haven't gave her a title of a wife, and because I haven't gave her a title of a wife, because quote unquote society have made standards of that, it's certain things that me and Jasmine go through that a lot of you, oh, I can't say old school, but traditional way of thinking dudes ain't gonna find common, so, but the whole thing in that nutshell is we have to understand we are in a era that everybody ain't traditional, and so we got to stop trying to spew those things. Like, even when women try to talk about what they think a traditional man is, it's like nothing is traditional now. We really have to understand that we have to adapt to each other. I've learned to adapt with my woman. So wifely duties for me um, ain't really that hard. It's like I just really want you to help me. Like, and it don't it for me. It's not bills. It's not mortgage. It ain't none of that shit. But like, damn, help me. Like, you know, whatever we got going on. I got a job. She got a job. I cook some days. You cook some days. I wash dishes some days. You wash dishes some days. I know what I'm saying. I wash clothes. You wash clothes. I just know what I'm saying. I want to back to back. I want this to be Batman and Robin. I don't want to. Know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be on no extra with nobody. I ain't putting no long stigma down on her, because I know with a modern woman expect a lot of things that most niggas be like it's too much for them. Like, a lot of niggas really be thinking it's too much for them to just like sit at home and talk to their bitch for one day.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I ain't know what I'm saying. I'm not into that. I'm like, we're going back and forth with this. This is 50-50, but 50-50 on our level. Well, we 50-50 each other. We don't certain things that go on like the bills. I just feel like that's just my thing to do. And it ain't. I could never say like a man taught me that, but I watched my mother struggle, and so um, now that I have the opportunity not to struggle, and I know she's about to be a mother, I'm not gonna put her through that type of situation. It's just certain things that I learned that I wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? That I wanted to model instead of fitting a cliche or um, uh, I don't know what, like a statistic, or just a modern geography of where we at. Niggas supposed to do this and niggas supposed to do that. No, I don't want to do that.
Hmm.
I want to do this. So you know what I'm saying. Her wifely duties ain't no wifely duties. It's just, hey man, we give each other the, you know what I'm saying, equal energy. Like, real shit. The shit that
Hmm.
you see me doing is the shit you gonna see her doing, and vice versa. It's never no in between. It ain't. If you catch her doing some amazing shit for me, it's because I'm doing amazing shit for her. It's just one of those things. If you catch her doing remedial shit like just washing the dishes, it's because sometimes I come home and wash the dishes. Sometimes I come home and the other day I cleaned the tub so she can take a fucking bath. Like, certain things you just supposed to do when you fuck with a person.
Yeah. 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 And I agree too. Like, my whole thing is that whatever works in your relationship is what works in your relationship. Um, and each relationship should be catered to the people, and whatever they agree upon is what they agree upon. And like, my relationship may not look like the next person's relationship. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like certain things, um certain things should have uh should have like a asterisk by. Like if it's something that I normally do and I fall ill, like you shouldn't hold that against me. You shouldn't
Exactly.
hold me to the same standard. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of shit that's going on um within their marriage that I feel like is completely unacceptable given the fact that she is sick right now. She may not look it, but she's going through it. You know what I mean? And some things can be put on the back burner. It's not a big deal right now. Um,
Yeah.
you know, and I feel like okay, it's one thing when you're not aware, like as far as like the sex is concerned. It's one thing when you're not aware that this is what's going on with your mate. But when she tells you this is what's going on, how are you going to act after knowing that this is what's going on? You know what I mean? Because some people may still, still think that you still should have sex as often as that other mate wants you to, even though you just had surgery or you're going through chemo or anything like that. You know what I mean? And it's just like, damn, so you can't even get no time off from your quote unquote wifely duties. I remember watching this episode of My 600-Pound Life, and this chick, she had got the weight loss surgery, right? Literally the night that she came home from the surgery, her husband pressured her into having sex. She ended up reopening her incision and had to go back to the hospital. I was like, that is the most selfish shit I have ever heard of in my life.
First of all, shout out to that nigga for still getting his dick hard in a documentary called My 600-Pound Wife. But Jesus Christ, my nigga, like give it a break. Like God, like listen, you
Yeah.
gotta pump the brakes, my guy. Like pump the brakes. But
Right.
even speaking on that, I would just I'll piggyback on you, and I don't understand it, but that's when for me, in my opinion, this is when niggas start trying to go traditional when they're not living traditional lives. Like it's always a nigga that say some shit like, when I want sex, she gotta give it to me. You know what I'm saying? Even when she's tired or not. Because they be trying to act the traditional way. You been fucking this girl since she was 15, nigga. Ain't nothing traditional about this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's know what I'm saying. Let's start keeping it 100 with ourselves. Like, we really have to start transitioning as man to understand that, like, you got to fall back on things. Like, and I'm not knocking nobody for nothing. I'm one of those people. I am also a man that that likes to have sex. Like, like not being that kind. Like, not saying I'm gonna be out here and be on no wild shit, but like, yeah, that's what, know what I'm saying. It's one of the things that I like to do. Now, I've been in situations with my girl. Um, that I don't get it on a regular basis. That don't make me do no extra shit or try to take it from her.
Hmm.
Like, you know, and it's you know what I'm saying, and then I don't go astray and do no extra shit. It's
Yeah.
but in that situation, the only reason why I know I do that is because I know what I would be losing. See, like a lot of these young bulls and a lot of these old bulls out here really don't understand. They always constantly take a loss with bitches, and so they don't really put stock into them.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. It's a situation where like people would just, do what they want to do and just deal with the consequences however they come. And that ain't how you supposed to operate. you know. But some people operate like that. I
Yeah,
uh I just feel like under certain circumstances, especially something as major as cancer, I feel like that should be on your mind, that maybe I should fall back on what I require, you know, or what we agreed upon. Maybe we need to change a couple of things given this time. Let me give her time.
but see, the only way you thinking like that is if you thinking for your mate. A lot of people don't think for their mate. Like, a
Hmm.
lot of women get married for certain reasons. A lot of men get married for certain reasons. The majority of the time, a man get married. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you because they really think they can. You know what I'm saying? They can control the bitch that they married,
Yeah.
and so you know what I'm saying. They go
Yeah.
through that. It is a small handful of men, you know, that actually married a woman and took them for who they were. The majority of
Hmm.
them did it for, you know what I'm saying, for class and society, and they ran them bitches like they were children.
Yeah. 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 And then, some people go along with that because they got a man,
Yeah,
you know. And I mean, I sometimes look at certain situations and be like, I'm so blessed that's not me,
whew.
you know? So, yeah, because, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. But, yeah, so that's that.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. So, last topic is the Bob Marley biopic that will be coming out. The movie will be coming out in January of 2024. The trailer just dropped this past week. So, did you watch, and what are your thoughts?
I watched the trailer. I actually like the trailer. I wanna I actually want to watch it because I've seen a couple of documentaries on Bob Marley. So like,
Me too.
I really want to watch it and see if they like tried to stay true because I know it's a movie, so they're gonna indulge in some shit. But I want to see if they really try to stay true because like, and the majority of the documentaries that I've seen, um, the only I'm gonna just keep it a bean. And the majority of the documentaries I've seen, a lot of his people um really said that he blamed uh having white blood in him was the reason why he got sick and with the shit he was going through.
The cancer.
Yeah, he was tainted.
Mm,
And I wonder if they stay true to that.
mm, okay. Do you remember what kind of cancer he had?
I don't remember. I remember it was something he probably been had because he only found out about it when he went to go check on his foot.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah, I can't remember.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was.
And then he ended up having to lose his foot, and then the cancer still didn't. I mean, not lose his foot, but lose his toe, and cancer still didn't go nowhere. Like I think he had something in him, but they never really emphasized on that. And but I know like during certain documentaries, he blamed it on having tainted blood.
Mm. I mean, that's a theory. That's, you know what? Let me look up what kind of cancer it was. Um, but yeah, I watched it as well. And I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. I watched documentaries on him as well. He had melanoma. I'm not familiar with melanoma, so I'm not sure what kind of cancer that is. But let me look. Let's see. Okay, so it's the most serious type of cancer. Melanoma occurs when the pigment producing cell that give color to the skin becomes cancerous. Huh.
Hello.
Did you hear what I said?
I was hearing you, man. I was. I don't know. I don't know. This is my work laptop, so I'm gonna need to take it back to work. This this shit is doing dumb shit.
Right. Okay. So the type of cancer he had was melanoma. So I looked up melanoma and it says it's the most serious type of cancer. Melanoma occurs when the pigment producing cell that gives color to the skin becomes cancerous.
Mm,
So it might be something to what he was saying.
yeah, yeah,
But it's
definitely.
the pigment producing cells that give color.
Mm.
So it would be actually reverse, I'm thinking. Like he's blaming the white side, but if it's the pigment producing cell that gives color, would it be the black side that he would want to blame?
No, it would be like he said, tainted blood. His blood was tainted. Period.
Mm. So maybe the white side was fighting the black side, and the black side was losing, and that gave him the cancer.
It could have been. You know what?
You know,
He was
I'm
putting
not
it.
a
I
medical
was about to go
professional.
deeper to that. Like, yeah, they could have been because, like, they the overabundance of our white cells between their red cells, and I'm not doing that.
Right. But see what had happened was, see the white side. Like I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah,
so,
I just had a
so
fireworks display out here. Sorry.
yeah, that was good. Yep, that's basically what's been happening. So yeah, you could go deep with that, but yeah. But shout out to them. I'm excited for the movie. It looks like they really took their time and did good as far as the trailer is concerned. Now we all know
Yeah,
trailers can be deceiving, but I'm gonna be optimistic. So and I will be there in the theater to watch it. So now we are at the fucked up song of the podcast. Did you want to read it?
yeah. Let me find it.
Okay, I'll send it to you. So the fucked up song of the podcast is Trey Songz. Yes, and yes is an acronym for you ain't shit. You ain't shit. So let me send that to you. I almost sent it to my mama.
Yeah, don't send it to your mama. She gonna be like, "What you mean I ain't shit?"
Right. That would be a phone call. And yeah, make sure I press the right buttons. But yeah, I
I
just
got
sent
it.
it to you. Okay. But yeah. And this came off of his 2014 album, Trigger, which is a really good album, by the way. If you haven't heard it already, it's a really good album. But there you go. Take it away.
Yeah, we're gonna stop promoting this nigga uh
He
eventually.
has a really big catalog of toxic, fucked up songs.
He does, and we're keeping him alive. We're gonna eventually
Yeah.
stop, but for
Right.
the time being, man, we're gonna give you this shit.
Right.
All right, you ain't shit. Of course, you seen how I did it last week, people. So I'm gonna do the same way. It's just gonna be like spoken word. That's how I'm gonna get it off. She giving me the side eye, saying she ain't even staying over here. Each and every time I let her down, like I don't care. Whoa. Guess I got used to hearing, whatever I wanted to do. Excuse me, I wanted to hear. I guess I got too used to feelings. Hey, like you supposed to give it here. She said she thought I was different, but now she could see it clear. She said, ain't got nothing. No, excuse me, said she ain't got nothing good to say. So she ain't gonna say nothing but this. You ain't shit. 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 Said, phone just went off. Oh, excuse me. Said she ain't got nothing good to say. So she ain't gonna say nothing. Say nothing. But you ain't shit. You ain't shit. Second verse. Guess she don't want me to hit her up no more. Guess she don't want me to beat it down no more. Maybe she's right. And she's right. There's plenty of girls I can call. Boy, ain't you tired of this life? Don't you ever get bored? Hey, guess I got used to hearing whatever I wanted to hear. I guess I got used to the feeling. Hey, like you supposed to give it here. She said she thought I was different. I thought I was different. But now she could see it clear. She ain't got said she ain't got nothing good to say. So she ain't gonna say nothing but this. You ain't shit. 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 That's the end of the
Yeah.
fireworks, but I was going right on with it, baby. You
Right,
ain't
right,
shit.
right. Boom.
Half the man that you think you are, no, you ain't. Nothing like all the songs you sing. I hope you change. No better than my ex, other than the sex. That I'll never will forget. But it's on to the next. And I know you gonna regret when I'm gone. Nigga, yes. You ain't even took me shopping yet. Damn. Hold up. You saying I ain't shit? Would you even be here with me here? Yeah. If I wasn't rich, we can talk about your ex because you was cheating on him with me. And we can talk about the sex because that's all it'll ever be. And you're no little angel girl, are you? You're not a good girl, but you try hard to be. So she ain't got nothing good to say. So she ain't got nothing good to say. She ain't gonna say nothing but this, but this. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. It's a long ass song.
It is.
I'm
Yeah,
not
he
gonna
had to get it
say
off his chest. I feel like this came from something.
for him. Yeah, this is a lot.
Hmm.
Whew. All right, all right. Where am I at? Where am I at?
Verse 4.
Oh, she said so I am at. That's how you feel, right?
Hmm.
All right, here we go. Jesus Christ. Listen, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. Damn. No, it's cool. Yeah. You know, shh. It's too late for all this bullshit. You come here, you know what it is, and you all emotional. Now you know you've been drinking. What you thinking? Hey, don't you hop behind the wheel, girl. Not tonight. Not tonight. You shouldn't drive. You shouldn't drive. You drunk. I won't tell you no lies. I won't tell you no lies. Girl, you hurt my pride. You hurt my pride. Yes, you know you gotta give me them keys. Give me them keys. Come inside. Come inside. Ugh. It ain't even that deep. Why you tripping on me? We can take it back a couple weeks. You just was homie. Just a homie. What's your problem? What's your problem? I check up. I check up. I check up on you like a doctor. We roll up. We smoke up. We roll up. We smoke up like rastas. And I keep you buzzing. You bussing. You bussing like blocker. You switch it up. Came here to fuck. Tell me now who's the imposter? Uh-huh. I see how your feelings got involved. Forget that I was supposed to run every time you called. Lay down on the bed and take it off. I'll break you off. Problem solved. Do it quick. Do it quick. Baby, strip. Baby, strip. I get you wet as you can get. I make it drip. Make it drip. You gonna show me who it is. Whose it is. Won't you gonna show me you the shit? Show me you the shit. Crawled up in it. I'm all up in it. When I fell up in it, now I got you screaming. You the shit. You the shit. You the shit. I'm a beast. I'm a freak. She was mad at a nigga. Now she glad that a nigga got her legs in the air like this. You the shit. You the shit. You the shit. Oh, oh. You the shit. Oh. You the shit. You the shit. Oh. You the shit. You the shit. You the shit. Oh, oh. Fall up in it. Fall up in it. I'm all up in it. I got you screaming, you the shit. Oh, I'm a beast. I'm a freak. Fall up in it. You ain't shit. I'm a beast. I'm a freak. Crawled up in it. Got her screaming. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. She was mad at a nigga. Then now she glad that a nigga got in her leg, got her legs in the air like this. Got her screaming. You ain't shit. Uh,
And that was Trey Songz, You Ain't Shit.
Yeah, I followed that up. It's
Yeah, you had your own little vibe going.
that was
Feel like that took you to a place.
it took me somewhere. It definitely took me somewhere. You know,
All
hey,
right.
listen, another time, another life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, what are your thoughts about "You Ain't Shit"?
Man, I'm gonna only tell you what God love, which is the truth. Hey, listen, we all of us, man. Well, I ain't gonna say all of us, because some of y'all haven't experienced this, but y'all, if the ones that do will understand, and the ones that are gonna go through this, y'all gonna understand this. You gonna deal with a woman. This woman, you are not gonna hold in high resolve, nah, and she gonna know it, and she gonna call you out on your shit every time, but she gonna allow you to fuck the dog shit out of her every time you call. I'm just saying it's a thing. If you niggas don't get married young, if you niggas don't have long time girlfriends, y'all gonna go through the stretch of y'all gonna have one that you gonna fuck for a period of maybe 3 to 4 years. Boom, that's gonna be you. You gonna fuck a bunch of other bitches doing that, but that's your steady. And she gonna always call you out on your shit.
Yeah, I feel like this song is like extremely relatable. Like it's
Oh
unreal
yeah,
how relatable the whole song is. Yeah,
oh yeah. That's
and
this.
it's not good. It's not good.
Nah, nah. I never deny my former fuck boy. Like I
Yeah,
nigga, this is strictly because you and I scratch that because I ain't even gonna call niggas fuck boys, and I ain't even gonna call myself a fuck boy. Hey man, when you young and you actually taking care of yourself, it's a big difference from them niggas that grew up living off bitches. I didn't have that luxury. So when I was young, taking care of myself, man, come on, man, I was doing a lot of shit because I know I didn't never have to fall back on a bitch.
yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah. Thank God I've never been in that position. I don't know how to handle something like that. Where niggas living off me,
exactly. But only
I
niggas
don't
like
want to
that
live
can
off.
relate to a song like this. Like most of them niggas can't relate. Like them niggas that be bumping shit like that they fucked up with like baby mamas and all that. And they was living under them niggas. Like I didn't have to. I
But
related to this
I
song
don't
because
think
I
that's
know I can drop this bitch.
yeah, yeah. Like this situation is different from a living off of a chick situation.
Yeah,
The situation in this song is like they're kind of like at a crossroads with whatever their situation is, and but they keep falling into this cycle. Because I mean, you can cuss somebody out, and you can be totally aware of how much of an ain't shit nigga they are, but it can turn around at the end of the day and be a situation where you saying you the shit, and you got your problems too. Like everybody came into this situation not being an upstanding pillar of society.
exactly. That's the thing. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
Because
know what I'm saying.
even though he's
All
on his
that whole situation is relatable.
yeah, yeah. Because even though he's on whatever shit he's on in the same breath, if she wasn't the best person to be involved with either. Because hell, she was involved with somebody else, and now that she's no longer involved with somebody else, maybe she's expecting more out of this ain't shit nigga, but he's still gonna be an ain't shit nigga. Like, and you an ain't shit individual. So both of y'all together ain't shit. So
So listen, I
yeah.
my favorite song is Infidelity. Um, not only is it a great song, but what makes it
Wait,
really
which
one of
one?
what was that, Infidelity too? With
Yeah, me for you infidelity too.
yeah, yep, Me For You.
Okay.
Um, the reason why it's my favorite song is because the outro. The outro was very realistic because you get in those situations where a woman will try to bring all your faults to the table, and I loved how he said, "Hey man, you make a little noise to represent the good person that you are, but a good person wouldn't be here right now." Like so, you got to really
Yeah.
think about it. Like, and if I snatched you a certain way, come on, man, you ain't the angel that you think you is.
Right. 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 So we're not about to play this game. Like, because at the end of the
Man,
day, you know,
that man
it's
said.
not all on me.
That man said you make a lot of noise for because you think you a good person. Like that's crazy. Like I wish I can
Mhm.
fix my lips and look at Jasmine and be like, you make a lot of noise because you think you a good person, but a good person wouldn't be here right now.
Right. That's a cold ass line. You know what I mean? That's a cold ass line.
That
Because it's just
motherfucker.
like, ah, oh, let me think about that. You know. So yeah. So that's you ain't shit. And ever since this song has come out, every time I want to say you ain't shit, I have to sing it,
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
and that just is what it is.
Definitely pops in my head every
From
time
here
I
to
say you
infinity,
ain't shit.
you ain't shit. Yeah, yeah.
That's probably gonna be one of the things that Black Twitter is gonna keep alive about Trey Songz. If he
What about him
if
being
he
an
ever
angel?
decide, if the R. Kelly punishment ever happens to him,
Yeah, yeah. One day
that
we're
nigga,
gonna go on ahead and have that real conversation about him,
yeah,
but it ain't today.
we
It
need
ain't
to.
today.
As much as we love his toxic ass,
Yeah,
but that's just
it ain't.
listen,
Yeah.
people that's watching us, like, come on, man. You know, I've said my things about R. Kelly. I said my things about Bill Cosby. Um, you know, I've had my rights and my wrongs. Um, I still put them niggas in high regards, and y'all can't tell me I can't just like I always talk about Bobby Fuck God Walmack. Man, I still put Bobby Fuck God Walmack in high regards because I be letting the talent is what I fuck with. Then a piece of shit nigga that you is, hey, I let that be over there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
that's got to be over there for me. I'm not condoning none of that shit. I'm just gonna go on your talent. We gonna do the same thing about Trey.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot going on with him, but yeah, we'll talk about it one day. It just ain't today. All right, so I don't have any final thoughts. So Jerry's final thoughts, take it away.
You know what? You gonna stop saying you don't have any final thoughts? I'm gonna have to call you out on that on live. Like you always be like, I don't have any final thoughts. You be having
I
shit you be
mean,
wanting to say.
what should I say?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's your final thought. Goddamn it.
I mean, when I do have final thoughts, it's be like I be teetering on the fence on airing some shit out.
Mm. You gotta learn how to word it.
I do word it pretty well, I think.
Then air the shit out.
Um, shit. When I okay, I have a final thought. You know, take a hint. Leave people alone. There, that's a thought.
Disclaimer: that shit don't have nothing to do with me because she know I don't fuck with nobody. I
Right?
stay to
No, no,
myself,
you
so
don't.
that ain't got nothing to do with me.
No, no, it has nothing to do with you. Um,
Right?
yeah, just
I get it.
yeah, just you're not always gonna get closure in life, and that's okay. But you have to move on and leave people alone.
I agree.
Yeah. Hmm. All right. So Jerry's final thoughts.
My Jerry's final thoughts is not to fuck with people. Like, nah,
Yeah. And then there's
you know what
that.
I'm saying? Nah, but truth be told, man, I wanna my Jerry final thought is uh something that I seen on another podcast, and I know we shouldn't advertise people that don't pay us money, but um it was one thing that got to me on Drink Champs, because they always ask the whole thing about loyalty or respect. And my Jerry's final thought is you can't have one without the other. That is true. Um, but loyalty has to come first. And the reason why I say loyalty has to come first is because I can respect the nigga for what he does, but if I ain't loyal to him, I can still not give a fuck what happens to him. And so loyalty, loyalty goes a long way. Um, it's some certain things that happen to a lot of y'all in life because somebody was loyal to you. Not if know what I'm saying, not that know what I'm saying, you was a quote unquote real nigga or quote unquote good nigga out in these streets. It's just a nigga was loyal to you and your name, and certain shit didn't happen to you because when it popped up around them, they shut that shit down. And I really uh want y'all to really understand what loyalty is. It's been a lot of situations that I've been in, um, and that it is probably just like everybody else's where I've calmed things down and other niggas has calmed things down for me that I didn't even know about. But that's because the niggas is loyal. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, not all, but know what I'm saying. You gotta pay homage to that. You gotta know who's the loyal ones, right? And you really gotta be mindful of that, and you really gotta do it yourself. Like you gotta be loyal to certain shit. And everybody always say that shit about it's no more honor against thieves or amongst thieves. It is to certain of us. And I mean you just gotta be aware that I rather you be loyal to me before you respect me.
Hmm.
You know, respect me and then be loyal to me. Or excuse me, be loyal to me, then respect me. But that's just me. Uh and as always, take care of yourself and others.
Yes. Thank you for those final thoughts. And this is episode 87 of the Ish We Talk, and we will see you guys in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll probably see you guys at the end of the month for episode 88. Bye.
Exactly.